Hi, I'm the Michael Myers fanatic. I'm here today to review the 1978 film Halloween by John Carpenter. Basically, it opens up with the POV shot of someone that's suspected to be the killer. I'm not going to go through shot by shot, but basically, he goes up to the front of the house and he sees that someone is making out, so he goes around to the back, comes in through the back door, gets a kitchen knife, and he heads upstairs. He stabs the woman about, I don't know, 3 to 4 times, maybe 5, I don't know, I didn't count. Comes back downstairs and heads out the door. We soon discover that the killer is actually a 6-year-old boy. Name? Michael Myers. He is then committed, where they are discussing his parole if you go by the extended version. And basically, they argue with Dr. Loomis. They're like, I don't think there's anything wrong with him. He hasn't said anything in 15 years. And they tell Dr. Loomis, if you can't handle this, we'll get somebody else. You know? But he's like, no, I'll stay here. I'll stay here, I'll take care of him. I thought that was nice of him, because from the clothes that he wore, it looked like he wasn't making much money. Looked kind of poor to me. What kind of psychiatrist was that? I thought psychiatrists made money. But I guess they didn't make that much back in the 70s. To make a long story short, Dr. Loomis goes to Michael Myers' room and he discovers that Michael's gone. And I think the word sister is on the wall, because that's where he's going. He's going after the sister. That might have been on the second one. I'm not even sure. But anyway, he basically, I guess he climbed out the window and he's like in this hospital robe. The lady from, the first one, Marion Chambers, played by Nancy Stevens. And the thing I said the last time I reviewed this on my old channel, how did Michael Myers climb up the car? He looked like a spider. I mean, like I said before, does he have spider legs? Is that what's going on in the hood? We climb up cars now? But he was on the roof. And he basically tries to get the nurse. And he can't, so then he breaks the window with his hands. I'm like, wow, Michael, really? That's what you do? You're just gonna break a perfectly good car window? Long story short, she gets out of the car, and then Dr. Loomis is like, the evil is gone, the evil is gone. But why couldn't you just drive away? I don't know if she's listening to this, but Nancy, if you're listening, why couldn't you just drive away? Why couldn't they write that in there? If somebody's on top of my car and they're trying to get in my car and they break the window with their hands, I'm going to just drive away. That's what you could have done. But you didn't. You just sat there screaming, oh my goodness, oh, oh. Or you could just hit the brakes and drive away. That didn't make any sense. But we get to the morning time, and it's October 31st, 1978. And basically, Laurie is walking and talking, and they're having this, like, stupid conversation. And they're like, oh, What are you gonna do tonight? Oh, I'm gonna go out with Paul. And they call him Jerko. Jerko found a way to sneak out, and he was caught throwing eggs and breaking windows. Who cares about all this? Who cares about how he got grounded? That's nothing but filler. Oh, he broke windows, and he was throwing eggs. Really? Really, Paul? You're gonna act like a little kid? I'm a big believer in that thing that says you should act your age and not your shoe size. Act like a 17-year-old. You're almost a grown man. You're throwing eggs. I don't even know what the age is for the average person that throws eggs at somebody. I think they're mostly kids. Like 10 and 11. It's stupid. And all you care about is sex. Like, you don't even care about the welfare of the children. You're just trying to drop them off at Laurie's house because you know that she'll watch the kids. What about the kids? Who's going to protect the kids? You're not, because you're trying to go and have sex with your boyfriend. That's why you deserve what happened to you. That's why you deserve, to have Michael Myers come over there. That's what you were thinking about the whole time. That just goes to show you where John Carpenter's mindset is at. Oh, well, we're just going to screw around. And then, or maybe we'll talk to you. What kind of dialogue is that? Screw around? And then they had Laurie singing this stupid song. She's like, I wish I had you all alone, just the two of us. I will hold you close to me. And I'm sitting there watching this like, huh? I thought this was a Halloween movie. That song isn't scary. And at the beginning, they have this weird poem like, black cats and witches and goblins and ghosts. You may think they're scary, you're probably right. Black cats and witches on Halloween night, trick or treat. Like, we know it's Halloween. Why do you have to keep emphasizing that? Because the movie's called Halloween. I think we got that right the first time. We know it's Halloween. We know what day it is. So we got filler. Nothing more than filler. And Laurie Strode is telling little Tommy Doyle a story. She's like, oh, Tarantula Man, Neutron Man, and he's like, Laurie, what's the boogeyman? Now, I don't like the way Jamie Lee Curtis looks today. She looks ugly today. But back then, woo! I would have been like, can you tell me a story? Here, I'll sit on your lap and be a good little boy. Tell me a story. Go ahead. Go ahead. But not today. I was glad he didn't get her until Resurrection, because then she started looking bad. But to make a long story short, once again, they're concerned with sex. Linda Vanderclock, played by PJ Souls, like, she just pulled up out of nowhere. She's like, that's her laugh. That laugh was so annoying. Oh, totally. She liked to say the word totally. Totally. I was totally here. I'm totally there. You should have totally waited. I totally hope he kills you. That's what I was saying. I totally hope Michael Myers gets you. But he did. So I like that, because you weren't even worried about the kids anyway. That's my biggest problem with this movie. That they don't care about children. They just want to have sex. That's all they care about. What about the little kids? Making sure they have a good Halloween, but you don't care about that, right? No. You just want to have sex. So you got what you deserved because you weren't paying attention. Michael Myers snuck in your house and killed you, essentially. And you would have known that if you were looking. He was in your house watching you while you were making out. And he's like, oh yeah. Yeah, just wait till she's alone. I'm going to have fun with her. And Annie, she was like, oh, I'm going to the homecoming dance. He said, not tonight, you ain't. He popped up in the car. And she's screaming, oh, oh. And she beeping the horn, beep, beep. And he's just choking her. Die, die, he's saying in his head, you know. Then he just cuts her throat. I thought that was pretty merciful because he could have like done a lot worse to you. Basically, he strangles Linda with the telephone cord and he hangs Bob up on the wall. Chases Laurie and Dr. Loomis shoots him 6 times. And she's like, was that the boogeyman? No, it was Santa Claus. Who do you think it was? Oh my goodness. Thank you for listening, everyone. I appreciate this. I appreciate the support that you're giving me on my new channel. I want to tell you that I love you guys for supporting me. You know, the guy deleted my channel, but you're supporting me on this one. I'm going to go ahead and review Halloween 2 now from 1981. So, thank you for listening. I'm the Michael Myers Fanatic. I approve this message. Next up, Halloween 2 from 1981.